Hey guys, what's going on? And welcome back to another video. Now in this video, we're going to be talking about tracking. So if you're doing any kind of affiliate marketing, if you are doing anything where you are basically spending money, especially on something, pay-per-click, you're buying traffic, whether it's buying ads on Facebook, buying ads on Google, or maybe another network, you need a tracker, right? You need to see what's going on. You need to understand if you are getting more money than you're spending, and that's what a tracker does. Now, a tracker it's a very, like, a lot of people make it very complicated, but it's actually very simple. And in this video, I hope to really simplify it for you so that you have a really firm grasp of how trackers work and everything that you need to know. So I have the screen here, the front page, the campaign screen of a tracker called BeMob. And this is a very popular tracker. It comes with a free plan that before you're processing X amount of requests of events, you can basically use it for free. And this tracker is very similar. Like all of these trackers, they're pretty much very, very similar to each other. They have very similar features. I mean, some have a couple of features that others do not have, but fundamentally, they're all very, very similar, if not even the same. There's a popular tracker called Volume, and it looks very, very similar to this tracker. So if you understand this tracker, you pretty much understand them all, or if you're interested in using Volume or another tracker, the knowledge you're going to learn in this video is going to be extremely helpful to you. And so before you understand how a tracker works, I prepared a very helpful diagram for you so that you have a better idea what's happening in terms of the tracking, so that you understand what's going on. So here we have a visitor, right? And the visitor goes to the traffic source. So traffic source is anywhere you're getting traffic. So let's use Facebook as an example, right? So let's say you're buying Facebook ads and your ad shows up, and somebody clicks on the ad, right? So you have a click. So the visitor is here at the traffic source, and they basically click on it, and they go to the landing page, and then this is your landing page, and maybe you're trying to sell an offer, a product or a service, and then they click and they continue to the offer page. Now this offer page is on the affiliate network side, and then you might have a conversion, or you might not, and that's the whole process. So we have visitor, traffic source clicks on the landing page. This is your landing page, clicks on the offer page, and you might have a conversion or not. Now, over here, this is the tracker, right? And so the tracker tracks everything. It tracks, like, fundamentally here, it tracks three things, although it's a little bit more than that. But in this diagram, we're simplifying it a little bit. So the first thing it tracks is the click from the traffic source to your landing page. So when somebody, goes on Facebook in this example, and they click on a link to your ad, the tracker it's actually gonna go to the tracker, and then the tracker is gonna lock that request and redirect it to the landing page. And similarly, when they read the landing page and they click on the link to go to the actual offer page, same thing happens. They click on the link, it gets tracked by the tracker, and the tracker redirects them to the offer page. And then finally, in the third event here, is if there's a conversion action, and that's the visitor goes to the offer page, he goes to, maybe he goes from the, he browses around, and he finally purchases the product. And the merchant, whether it's sometimes it's an affiliate network or the merchant themselves, they send like something called a postback, meaning they have like a callback where they tell the tracker or whoever you want, usually a tracker, that a conversion has been made. So the user actually bought the product. And that way the tracker knows all these three variables, fundamentally three metrics here. Number one is how many clicks from the traffic source. Number two, how many clicks to the offer page. So like your click-through ratio, basically. And number three is how many conversions. So you have three variables. Now, of course, these variables in this case is three, but it could be more or less depending on how you configure it. But this is a good kind of understanding of how things really work. Okay, so now let's go back to our BeMob panel here, and it's very easy to understand. And so you need to understand several things. So Thankfully, BeMob came up with this very helpful quick start guide. So when you go to support, you pull up the menu, you click on quick start, and it pulls up this sidebar here where you basically need to set up a couple of things. One, you need a traffic source. Traffic source is, it's something like Facebook, Google, or Propeller ads if you're buying push traffic or anything else, pretty much anywhere where you're buying traffic. Okay, next you need an affiliate network. Okay, so an affiliate network is a network where, it connects affiliates and merchants. So you go over there, you want to promote an offer, you get the links, and you start promoting the offer, and then the affiliate network forwards the traffic to the merchant and pays you. Next, you need an offer, right? And that comes with the affiliate network, right? This is an offer that it's specific to a product or a service. It has a very specific URL, and you link that URL there so that this tracker can redirect to that URL properly and track the clicks to that offer. You need a landing page. Now they say it's optional, and the reason it's optional is because you can potentially you don't need to build a landing page. You could potentially just redirect the user directly from the traffic source to the offer. So somebody can click, directly on the Facebook ad and go directly to the offer without even you having to do any of the work. Now, I don't really recommend it because 99% of the time you're going to be much more effective with the landing page. And thankfully, in the trackers, you could configure your own landing page so that the tracker knows how many people actually landed on your landing page and what's the effectiveness in it. And finally, last but not least, this is the most important step. This is the campaign, right? This is where you combine, your traffic source, your affiliate network from the offer, your landing page, optional, and create a campaign. So it's a combination of all of them, right? So let's see. Let's close this up. Let's go over here. So if we click on the first thing we need is the traffic sources, right? So I have a couple of traffic sources here already configured. I have YouTube, Google AdWords, Facebook, and Bing. And so this is one of my other accounts. It's not an active account. And so I have some visits today and clicks from one of my Facebook campaigns. So if you click on edit, so you can see how it's created. Basically, all you do is it's actually very easy, right? Because BeMob thankfully already created templates for very common traffic sources. So right now you can just click on new from template and you can basically pick a traffic source. So there's Facebook, Google AdWords, there's also Bing, here. There's Bing here. So you can, and the beauty of creating a template is that it can track various variables from you. So for instance, when you are tracking clicks from Facebook, so let's go back to our Facebook traffic source. Let's edit this. And I picked a Facebook traffic source from the Facebook template. And BeMob had already populated all these kind of query parameters and tokens for me to use. That's because Facebook, when you give this URL to Facebook, and I'll show you the URL that it creates, when you're creating like Facebook ad sets and campaigns, you have to give it the URL, which is the target URL where what you want the user to go. And when you give it a special URL filled with these tokens, Facebook basically switches these tokens and replaces these tokens with actual data, right? So you have ad ID, ad set ID, campaign ID, ad name, ad set name, campaign name. So all of these things are replaced with the actual variables when a person clicks on it, okay? So this makes it very, very effective to know where or which ads are getting conversions, which campaigns are getting conversions. So you can do like crazy granular tracking and like really nice reporting. So this is really nice. And the same thing it does for other traffic sources. So like we have a Google AdWords traffic source. And it also, like if you pick a Google AdWords tracking traffic source from the templates, it also gives you all these tokens. So it's a query parameter, creative keyword placement, ad positions. All of this is passed to you. So when you have a conversion, you know which keyword was responsible for that conversion, and you can track how much money you spent on that keyword, how the value of it, all these amazing things. And so these variables, these tokens are passed to you, so you know about these in the tracker. Same thing for Bing, right? Like If we go to Bing, same thing. Now these are a little bit different. There's a lot more tokens, right? We have ad group ID, ad ID, match type of the bid, campaign ID, keyword, etc., etc. So when you create a traffic source from the template, you get a lot of these tokens filled in. Next, let's look at affiliate networks. Now, there's a lot of affiliate networks. I currently have 2 configured. I have Maxbounty, which is a very popular CPA, cost per action affiliate network, and we have ClickBank, which is another very popular network. And so when you create, let's say we go to our ClickBank affiliate, right? When you create a ClickBank from the templates, it automatically appends something called a Click ID. And a Click ID is a way for you to assign specific like IDs to every click. So another thing that the tracker does is that when a person clicks from the traffic source, so a session, when a visitor clicks from the traffic source, so let's say they click on your Facebook ad, and it goes to your tracker, the tracker creates a unique ID so that it can track that visitor. So if the visitor buys something at the end, you will be able to know that this visitor bought something. And the way it ties conversions that happen back on the affiliate network. So like for instance, in this diagram, when this conversion happens to the tracker, this affiliate network, this is an affiliate network, it passes to the tracker something called a postback, and that postback contains the click ID that we assigned here. And so when you create an affiliate network, you automatically can help it populate like a click ID, so it can internally track your click ID that you generated. So in this case, ClickBank, it's TID, but for Maxbounty, it's something else. It is S2. And for other networks, it's another value. So this is very important because when you are tracking these clicks, your tracker knows the clicks, so it needs to give that click ID to the affiliate network, and then it gets back the value if there's a conversion. So it knows which click ID is responsible, like which session, which user actually bought something, and that's tied using something called click IDs. And so that is very important because when you have a tracker, it can generate these click IDs. But when you are doing it on your own, you can't. So you have to create your own click IDs, and it's kind of messy this way. And so tracker kind of simplifies that. So we have 2 things here that we covered. We covered the traffic sources and affiliate networks. Next, let's talk about landing pages, right? So like I mentioned before, landing pages are optional. I would highly recommend making landing pages because 99% of the time, your campaign will perform better with a landing page. And also, a lot of affiliate networks don't allow you to link directly to the offer. From, like Facebook, you cannot directly link to an affiliate offer. You have to link. They don't like that. Or they may approve the ad, but they may, disable your account later on. They really frown on that. So when you create your own landing page, you're in a better position because you can, you are doing it how they want you to do it, right? You're not going around the terms of service of their ad systems, right? So it's much better to create a landing page. So I have some different sets of landing pages that are tied to a particular network. Also, so for instance, we have one of our landing pages here. Let's take a look at it. It's linked to this URL here. And we can, and then that's it, right? We have the URL. And so when the person clicks on the landing page, when I have the link from the traffic source, I create a landing page so that the tracker knows where to redirect it to. So for instance, here, right, the person clicks on one of my Facebook ads, they go to the tracker, and then the tracker redirects to the landing page, right? Because they're not going there directly. We're using a tracker to kind of intermediate. Tracker is the middleman, basically. In these 2 instances, traffic source to landing page and from landing page to offer page, tracker is the intermediary, and that's why it needs to know the URL of the landing page. So you can put here the URL of the landing page, and that's it. You have the country, and that's purely for easy filtering of offers, right? You put United States here. I have United States here simply because this landing page is for US traffic, and so you have to keep that in mind. Next we have, so you create these landing pages. Next we have the offers, okay? And offers are important, right? This is where you make the money. So let's take a look at one of our offers here. And an offer contains a link to the actual offer URL. So when you are, whether you're creating a landing page in the middle or you're sending them directly, there's a link to the offer that they redirect to. So a landing page is optional, but an offer is obviously required, right? Because you cannot make money without promoting an offer. And so you specify the name, country, affiliate network. It's important to specify the proper affiliate network so that it can properly do something called a click ID, so that it can append the click, so that we can append the click ID and send it to the affiliate network, so that it knows that, hey, is this person that came from this traffic source that has this IP, has this information. They just click there. So if we get a conversion, like I said, the affiliate network is gonna post back like what we have right here. It's gonna post back here, and it's gonna send us the click ID. Okay, and so what do we have here? The name of the offer, the country, affiliate network, very important, so that we could populate the S2 parameter here. Dollar, payout type. If there's a daily cap, so what happens sometimes, a lot of times, is that you're only allowed, to promote this offer X amount times per day, maybe 100 times per day, maybe 200, maybe 50, maybe 300, depending on the offer. So if you are sending more than the traffic, you can actually specify a daily cap, and after the daily cap is reached, it can offer you to redirect you to another offer. Okay, so it could send you to another offer. So I don't really use this. I just monitor it manually, and that's it. So we cancel out of here, and that's our offer section. So we covered traffic sources, affiliate networks, landings, and offers, and then ultimately we have something called a campaign. And so let's take a look at one of our campaigns here. Let's Google let's try our Google AdWords campaign that we have here. And the way this works is that you basically specify the name of the offer here, and then whatever the name of the offer is, you specify your traffic source, you specify the country. This is optional tags. Tracking domain, you can specify you can specify your own domain that you want to use for tracking. I just use the default domain they have there. Obviously, if you have a tracking domain, that creates more trust than like a random domain that's very different from your site. So I suppose this is recommended if you want to go with it, but I don't really use it right now. We have currency, US dollar, cost model, auto I don't really specify anything here. And then we have something called the destination section. This is very important. And destinations, the way this works, right? Because a campaign is a combination of basically the landing pages and the offers. So you can have maybe 5 landing pages, each one going to a particular offer, or you can have 5 landing pages where you're sending 10% of traffic here, 10% of traffic here, 10%. You have portions of traffic going to each landing page, and then portions of traffic going to each offer. So that way you can A/B test offers. And it's really, really nice, right? Because right now we have, so you can create multiple paths. This is just one path, and I only have a need for one path. And this path, we have our, particular landing page here. And this 100% of the traffic goes to this landing page. And we have, and after, they click on the link, all of the 100% of the traffic is redirected to this offer. So obviously I can create a new landing page. I can do that. I can create a new landing page, split them 50-50. I can manually create, from scratch. I can create a landing page. I can add an existing landing page. Same thing here. I can add a new offer, an existing offer, or I can create a new offer on the fly. So, it makes it really, really flexible. So in this case, I only have one landing page and one offer. And so obviously, advanced affiliate marketers, what they create is multiple landing pages and multiple offers. And that way they're getting like crazy amount of tests, right? So they're like, let's say I create like 3 landing pages and 3 offers. And then I could see, okay, which landing pages works really good with what offer. And then I could just promote just that combination. Okay, so it really makes it easy for, you know, testing, right? Testing to see what's working and what's not working, which is another big advantage of a tracker, right? So this is the campaign section, and obviously you can create a new path here. You can create a new path, split these paths. We're gonna delete that for now. We can create some rules, right? We can say like, hey, if the country is equal to, you know, whatever, Afghanistan, send them here. You know, we could create crazy rules. I'm not doing that because this is only for US traffic, and I'm only targeting US traffic. Obviously, if I was targeting, you know, multiple countries, or maybe if I was targeting US traffic, maybe I can create some rule where, you know, state region, right? I can go to, I don't know, like, let's say state is New York. Let's say, and there's New York right there. And if it's New York, do something, right? Like, you know, if it's New York, send it to this landing page. If it's Delaware, send it to that landing page. So you can have like really crazy, minute combinations. You can do that. So we're not doing that because we're not going that granular. But if we wanted to, it's definitely an option. So that's our campaign. So I'm going to click out of it. I'm not going to save anything. Now, when you kind of right click on this, you have campaign links. And so you have several things. You have the campaign URL. You can copy this. And this URL goes into your traffic source. So if you're creating Facebook ads, you're going to put this URL as kind of the final URL. If you're creating Google AdWords, you're going to put this URL. And this is a really nice way because, as you can see, it has all these tokens in there that are going to get replaced when somebody clicks on your link to go to the website. So you're going to get a lot of information about the, you know, like in this case, Google AdWords, about the position, the keyword, the placement, all these things. Now you have the test URL. That's for testing, so that you can copy and paste, and you even have a QR code. You can just, you know, pull it up with your phone, test it on mobile. And the reason we have the test URL is that when you click on it, it's not showing up. The stats are not showing in your main campaign stats. We have the JavaScript redirect. We have the pixel, landing pixel, all these like crazy things. Now, this click URL and the multi-offer click URL, this click URL goes on the landing page that's linked to the offer. Remember, we already set up the landing pages and the offers. So when you are creating the landing page, you basically insert this click if you have only one offer. If you have multiple offers, you will be basically creating click, you will be basically, this would go to the first offer. You would replace the number one at the end with number two, number three, and then you would also, like if you have multiple offers, you would also have to come into the campaign, edit, and create multiple offers here. So that, like, let's say I have another offer here, whatever, another offer. That way I have two offers, 50-50%. I will have to create two links. So one would be like /1 and then /2. So we're going to cancel out. We're going to go back here, campaign links. And so, yeah, so this would, like, if I have multiple offers, this would be /1 and then /2. But since I have only like one, I usually, like right now, I only have one offer that a person goes after the landing page. So I don't need to use this. I just use that. We have the postback URL. Postback URL is basically a URL that you give to the affiliate for that offer. So usually in any affiliate network, Maxbounty has this, ClickBank has this. If you are setting up an offer, you basically, there's a section where you put either a postback URL or a postback pixel. There's also postback script, but so you have three options, right? Postback URL, secure URL, pixel, or script. I use this postback URL, and that basically gives it a URL that, like we talked about, if there's a conversion, your affiliate network or the publisher site, this third-party site where the product is hosting, is going to post back to you with the click ID, and then the tracker. So let's put click ID here, so it's all nicely. So it's basically posting something called a click ID, and so that you understand. And then, so this conversion tells us, okay, this click ID converted, and our tracker knows exactly who that is because it assigned the click ID when the person first clicked on the traffic source. So it knows who the click ID, and when it knows the click ID, it can identify everything about the visitor. So once there's a conversion, if there's a conversion, it passes back the click ID, and now everything is together. Everything is put together. Now the tracker knows, okay, this person with all this data, click here, click there, and they have this IP, they're from this country, they're from the state, and they convert it, and this is the conversion cost. So trackers are amazing, right? Because they basically combine all these different things and now I have a really nice screen, and I know what's going on, right? I know, like, okay, I have a dashboard, and I know, okay, this is one of my test accounts here, but if this was actually, I would know the conversions, the revenue, the cost, the profit, ROI. So I know exactly what's going on, and then I can dig deeper, right? I can dig deeper. I could look at some of my stats. I can go to campaigns. I could go to offers, and I can see exactly where that money is coming, where that money is going, and what am I getting back. So it's fantastic. Trackers are great. Obviously, you don't need a tracker, but like I explained, it gives you so many benefits that you shouldn't really pass on it. Now, a lot of these trackers are monthly. BeMob has a very generous kind of payment option. It gives you a lot of these events. For starting out, it's great. It's free, so you don't need. But if you're going to be doing high volume, then you might pass that free tier, and you might need to actually start paying. But this is a good option for starting out, and there's dozens of different trackers out there. But a lot of people get confused, but it's really great because I can dig down on my campaign. I can take a look, okay, who are the countries that are going there? United States, India. I can look at conversions if there were. I can look at ISPs. I can look at all these people that are coming through, and I could look at, I can really dig down and say, okay, this is sending me, this conversion. So you see the click-through is higher for, this ISP. Or I can even, let's put in more data. Let's say last 30 days, we refresh, and there's a lot more data now. And so Spectrum sent us 39 clicks, 34 unique clicks. And so 22 of them went to the offer page, 56, so that's a 56 conversion, right? 22 out of 39. And you could have all this data. I still have to reconcile some of it because I'm not getting the proper cost, and I'm not getting the proper revenue, so it doesn't show it correctly. But as you can see, you have crazy. You can do it by IPs here, right? So you can do it by devices. So all these devices, all these like mobile devices, right? Apple, iPhone. So as you can see, the most popular is the Nexus. According to this, the Nexus, then you have all these Galaxies, iPhones. I could do it by OS. So I can really, really dig down. So Android is the most popular, followed by iOS, Windows, Mac OS, etc., etc. I can do it by browser, and then I can see, okay, who is sending me the best traffic? Who is sending me the highest conversion? And then I could go back to Facebook and say, hey, send me only mobile traffic, or send me only desktop traffic, or let's focus on this state. So it's fantastic how it works, right? It's very important. So anyway, just to wrap up, right, you have different things. So let's get out. Let's kill this real quick. Let's go back to campaigns. So you have to configure traffic sources, affiliate networks, landing pages, if you have any. This is optional. Offers, very important. And then you need a campaign, right? You need that link that you can give to your traffic source or wherever you're getting the traffic, so you can track the visits. So it's fantastic. It's really easy. Here's our diagram again. Let's kind of reiterate real quick. The visitor clicks on the traffic source. They're redirected to the tracker. The tracker logs the request, redirects them back to the landing page. They click on the offer link. It redirects to the tracker. The tracker logs, redirects them to the conversion page, to the actual offer page, and then they click. And this is out of our control, right? All of this is out of our control at this point. This is back on, this is on the merchant side, on the affiliate network side. So we have no control over this. We only have control over this landing page and the link to the traffic source. We have control of these two. We don't have control of this two. That's why this postback is very important. That's why they give you the option to specify a postback, so that you could give a URL and say, hey, let us know if there's a conversion, and then they let you know, because you basically you say, hey, this is the click ID. Give us back the click ID of give us back the data, including the click ID if the person converted, and that's what they do. And the tracker knows everything this way, and so you can do a crazy amount of data analytics once you do it, and you can't do that with like Google Analytics or something like that. So this is very important. All right, guys. So this was like a brief video. to give you like a quick rundown. I may do more in-depth videos about trackers or, setting this up from beginning to end if there is interest, but I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that, you've learned something from it and you've gotten some value out of it. And if you have any questions, leave them below, and I'm going to be making a lot more videos. Definitely subscribe to the channel, like the video, and let me know what you think, or if you have any concerns or you're having any trouble setting this up. I would be glad to help you out. All right, so thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you soon.